The wedding hall was glittering with lights, chandeliers hanging like stars above the sea of laughter, chatter, and music. Guests in elegant gowns and sharp tuxedos filled the air with the sound of champagne glasses clinking, polite conversations, and the subtle undertone of curiosity. Every eye was waiting for the big moment, the moment the groom would finally arrive. Amelia, standing at the edge of the ballroom, had no reason to be here. She wasn't part of this world, not in her thrifted pastel dress and second-hand shoes. She worked part-time at a bookstore and had only come here because her friend, a waitress, had begged her to fill in when another server called in sick. Amelia had reluctantly agreed. After all, she could use the extra money. She was supposed to blend into the background, carry trays, and keep her head down. But fate, it seemed, had different plans. Across the crowded room, a man entered, tall, impeccably dressed, his dark hair styled perfectly, his eyes sharp and calculating. People turned their heads as if the air had shifted when he walked in. Amelia didn't know him, but she could tell instantly, he was someone important, someone powerful. And within seconds, she realized the truth, this was the groom. Only, he didn't look happy. In fact, his jaw was tense, his eyes scanning the room like a trapped animal searching for a way out. His name, she overheard whispered around the tables, was Alexander Reed, a millionaire businessman, known for his ruthless decisions in boardrooms and his charm in society. To most, he was a dream come true. But right now, he looked like a man living a nightmare. Amelia ducked her head, adjusting the tray in her hands, but it was too late. His eyes had landed on her. There was a flicker in them, desperation, determination, and before she could step away, he was already moving across the floor. "Don't scream," he said in a low voice when he stopped right in front of her. His cologne was expensive, intoxicating, and she froze when his hand brushed against hers. "I need your help. Just for 3 minutes." Amelia blinked. "Excuse me." He leaned closer, his voice urgent but quiet, as if every second mattered. "Pretend to be my girlfriend. Just for 3 minutes. Please. It's the only way I can escape this wedding." Her eyes widened. "What?" But before she could protest, his arm wrapped around her waist, pulling her gently but firmly to his side. The tray wobbled in her hands as he steered her away from the main floor. Suddenly, dozens of eyes turned to them, whispers rising like fire spreading through dry grass. "Who is she?" Someone gasped. "Is that Alexander's date?" Amelia's face burned as she realized she was now the center of attention. The millionaire she didn't even know had just dragged her into the spotlight in the middle of the grandest wedding she'd ever seen. "Smile," he whispered against her ear. "If you don't, they'll never believe it." Her mind screamed to run, but her lips curved into a nervous, awkward smile. The guests stared, curious, shocked, and some even scandalized. She could feel her heart pounding in her chest. "3 minutes," she muttered under her breath. "And then you let me go." His lips twitched as if fighting a smirk. "Deal." The next moments blurred into chaos. He introduced her to people as if she had always been part of his life, his hand never leaving hers. She didn't understand why, but each time someone questioned them, his grip tightened protectively, like he was shielding her from something much bigger. One woman, tall, elegant, and clearly furious, stormed up to them. Amelia instantly realized this must have been the bride. "Alexander," the woman snapped, her voice sharp enough to slice glass. "What is the meaning of this? Who is she?" Amelia froze, her throat going dry, but Alexander didn't flinch. He pulled Amelia even closer, looking the bride dead in the eye. "She's the woman I love," he said smoothly, his voice dripping with conviction. "And I'm not marrying anyone else." Gasps echoed across the room. Amelia's knees almost gave out. Her, the woman he loved. This wasn't just pretending anymore. He had just blown up an entire wedding, possibly his reputation, by declaring it in front of everyone. The bride's face turned pale, fury radiating from her like heat. "You'll regret this, Alexander," she hissed before storming off, leaving behind a trail of whispers and shocked stares. Amelia's breathing quickened. This wasn't 3 minutes anymore. This was something far bigger, far messier, and dangerously real. As soon as they slipped away into the corridor, she pulled her hand free. "What on earth was that? Are you insane? You just ruined a wedding." He turned to her, his expression unreadable, but his eyes softer now, almost pleading. "You don't understand. That wasn't a wedding, it was a trap. My family arranged it, the deal was already set. But I couldn't go through with it. I'd rather face the scandal than live a lie. Amelia shook her head, running a hand through her hair. And so you dragged me into it. A stranger. Not a stranger, he said quietly, his gaze locking onto hers. You were the only one in that room who didn't look at me like a prize to be claimed. You looked real. Her chest tightened at his words, and for a second, she didn't know what to say. She wanted to tell him he was crazy, that she wanted nothing to do with his world. But the way his eyes held hers, with a raw vulnerability beneath all the confidence, made her pause. 3 minutes are up, she whispered, her voice unsteady. You promised. He gave a faint smile, though it didn't reach his eyes. You're right. But I hope this isn't the last time we meet. Amelia turned and walked away, her heart pounding, her world spinning, knowing full well that somehow, those 3 minutes had already changed everything.